be 100 people around you, man, you still gonna die alone. Feel me? The only person that could live for you is you. They ain't gonna take that spot in the grave for you. Some people would if they could, but I mean, if that's your fate, that's your fate. Circumstances, whatever circumstances, yo, relax yourself. Whatever circumstances and choices that may have led you to, you just gonna, that was just you. My point is, it's probably people right now that's just doing so much. And I'm not even talking about like favor-wise or like out of love. I'm talking about you doing stuff in your life that other people want you to do. Probably some people, like, for example, going to school right now. They don't want to go to college. Don't know what they want to do in college is going to college because somebody else, want them to go, like their parents or whatever the case. And it causes them to feel lost. I know a lot of kids right now, bro, and I know a lot of kids right now, they feel lost right now. They feel stagnant. And then, they trying to find their footing because they don't necessarily know what they doing here because they have not steered themselves in this position. They being steered in this. Like, I got a man right now. He on his way to the military, but not of his own volition, just because he feel like circumstances have forced him. I'm not gonna put his business out there, but circumstances have forced him to move into that, to go that route. And I know, you feel me, and it's just not even dedicated for him, but I know he could use this message too. Just saying, I know he probably might feel, a sense of helplessness and a sense of loss in that situation, only because he's not in his purpose and he not working and steering his life. When you allow other people to steer your life and become like a puppeteer, you kind of feel, well, for one, I know you feel lost and I know you feel out of place, and it kind of feel like time stops for you and you not necessarily able to move how you want to move, and it's like everything's passing you by but you staying still. Now, it's ultimately a feeling of you just being out of element and out of alignment with the source. People take you out your element when you allow people to maneuver your life and steer your life in certain ways. Because it's only how you want to live your life. You feel me? You're the only one that's gonna have the power to live it. So you gotta live it how you according to how you want to. According to how you want to. You feel me? Because you're gonna be the only one living at the end of the day, and you're gonna be the only one leaving your vessel and transcending your body when it's time for you to go. Feel me? And you may not be content with your experience if you just allow people to steer your life in a certain direction. That's why we gotta stop letting ourselves become product of the environment and start becoming I would say active and intentional catalyst that evolves our environment instead of letting our environment evolve us. And it all started with ourselves first. It start with us loving ourselves better, with us being conscious and intentional in our lives, and you feel me, in the lives of people around us, helping them to pick up on their frequency. You feel what I'm saying? And so we could evolve our environment as a whole. I'd rather my environment become a product of me than I become a product of my environment. That's real. Because there's a lot of people right now, it's a lot of people right now, they a product of the environment. They probably in their life, like, damn, they'll take a trip out of it if they could. Like, they'll really leave their life if they could. But they feel like they already made the circumstances. They made their best, so they got land. And it shouldn't be like that. You should be able to change your path if you go. Like, it's never too late. I seen niggas that, you feel me, just came home from jail, and they changed their whole life around. And they really make something out of themselves. And it just starts when you start listening to yourself. You start listening to that divine guidance that's always present. But you're not able to tap into it because you're just not in alignment with yourself. You're not tapped in with yourself. We are not inherently a child. When we first spawn in, we don't inherently come into this realm doing wicked shit, engaging in low vibrational behavior. Everything that we come into, we taught. If we just allowed ourselves to be if we change our environment to a point to where it's nothing but high frequencies, we would have nothing but high frequencies around. We would intentionally heal the earth. Because we all susceptible for these influences, we always got to constantly be detoxing and be constantly shifting our energy in the right direction so that we could tip this balance. Imagine a Libra scale, so we could tip the balances in our favor on a grand scale. Feel me? It's a domino effect. One thing about I notice about energy is it don't matter how much negativity is present. A negative charge is always going to chase a positive charge, right? You feel me? That's just chemistry. That's just science. Scientifically, a negative charge is always going to chase a positive charge. Spiritually, I feel like it's the same thing. When you down, what do? You chase a positive charge. You feel me? Whatever is going to get you that dopamine release that's associated, or that oxytocin, whatever happiness hormone, you're going to do whether that be take whatever route, feel me? And that's when you, because quote unquote negative, we're going to use it for this sense, when you quote unquote negative or down, you always going to try to chase that thing that's going to lift you up. You always going to try to chase a pick-me-up, that positive charge, whether that be whatever route you want to take, on drugs, you feel me, love, intimacy, whatever's gonna give you that pick me up, or just naturally being sociable, talking to other people, or just recharging like in nature or something, tapping in with that love frequency that you get from nature. It's always gonna be a pick me up. So we always constantly, a negative is always gonna chase a positive, showing the power that positivity holds truly in our universe. Will just everything. That's like a general underwritten rule. Like, a negative charge is always going to chase a positive charge. And so we know the power that positivity holds, even though we might not see how frequent it is, because they don't always try to portray it. You know, they always going to try to demonize everything on the social media. You feel me? They're going to just, you feel me, and automatically try to lower the vibration of the planet with the schemes and all the other shit. Niggas throwing chemtrails in the air. They fucking up the planet. But I'm saying, just imagine how much charge, how much one small wave of positivity will bring to the whole. Even if your whole world is dark, bro, it just takes one person to change your whole life. Your whole world could be dark, bro. It just take one. It could be one sentence or one interaction with a person that changed your whole life. It just take that one spark of positivity, and this is what I mean. So, if we intentionally leading a positive life within ourselves, eating clean, we loving ourselves better, and we moving smarter. When we push that wave of positivity outward from within, that shit that's permeating through your being, your heartbeat, your biofield, your aura, whatever you want to call it, has many names. But when we push that charge outward, we intentionally affect, or unintentionally, unbeknownst to a lot of people, affect everything around us. Just by your energy, you walk into a room, you could change the atmosphere, you could change people's lives. And this is what I'm saying. So we just got to be mindful, always just make sure we keep in touch with that divine energy that we got inside of us. Now, I know for a fact, if I was a general and I was surrounded by hundreds of men and we was going off to war, I would not be at the back telling my men to charge. I would be at the front, because ultimately, feel me, when I go, I'm not going to ask somebody to take the grade for me. I'm going to take the grade myself, because as I'm alive right now, I'm going to live how I want to live. I'm going to live according to my morals and my principles, and I hold others to the same esteem. Obviously, I know they're not obliged to follow my will or follow, you feel me, the moral conduct that I conduct myself according to, but I'm going to hold them to the same esteem and respect as I would to myself, unless you show me otherwise. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, man, stop letting other people. Don't live your life for nobody but you, bro. Really ask yourself right now. Really tap in with yourself right now. Ask yourself, like, am I here because I wanted to? Because I wanted to be? Are these circumstances that I'm currently facing, or I'm currently under, whatever pressure I'm currently under, did I put this pressure on myself, or did I allow others to put this pressure on me? Feel me? Do I want to be here? And if not, why you ain't change your situation? then you know what you got to do next. You just work towards changing your situation. You got the power to really change your life, to be honest, from within. It just starts with you changing your thought process first, like, and just even realize, some people probably don't even realize that they just living a life that they didn't even create. You could be 10 years in, 20 years in, and realize, yo, damn, I'm living a life I don't even want for real. I didn't even choose this life. I'm just living it, like, as if I got placed in it. And then you just wake up from being a bot and be like, oh, nah, shit, hold on. I actually want to live my life. I actually want to control the way I live. And then that's when you tap into your co-creator seat and co-create the environment and your life around you. It's so simple, but it seems so hard. It seems so out of reach. But just a simple realization can get you that one step closer to that life that you're seeking. And I truly realize how much power we have when I begin to sit in my seat, and I seem to do nothing but just change how I view the world. And my whole world literally changed. Like, quite literally, I encounter more positivity in my daily environment than I ever did before. And it just all started with me. Maybe the positivity just was always around me and I just couldn't feel it. I couldn't tap into it because I wasn't, you feel me? I didn't have that charge within me. What the fuck is that? Niggas got new bug species out here. But yeah, man, that's all I wanted to say for y'all. I might actually go to the store, actually. Snoopy! Snoop! Fuck is all that? Snoop, come on. Yeah, I'm out though. I'm out. Peace. Love y'all, man. Hope y'all taking care of yourself still.